In today's video, we're talking about leeks, one of the most reliable vegetables for autumn and winter harvest. Today, we're going to be taking you from seed all the way through to the table and one of Mrs. W's amazing recipes. Let's start with the story of these leeks. They will be sown in late winter or early spring, planted out during early summer, and they shall begin their harvest anywhere from September all the way through to the following April. We typically sow our leeks toward the end of March, and we will sow them into a container or, if in modules, that are quite deep. Leeks require a deep root run, so the more depth you can give them, the more those roots can get down. Try to sow them over the surface as thinly as possible, giving each seed enough room to grow to get to that pencil thickness that you're looking for before you transplant them. If the seeds are too close together, they'll just rot off and you'll lose the plants. If you have oversown them, just thin them out as they germinate so that each individual leek has enough space to be able to grow. By late May and early June, your leeks should be of the thickness of a pencil and they're ready to transplant into their final growing positions. We dip holes that are 6 inches deep, and within the row they will be 6 inches apart, and between the rows 12 inches apart. And then we just simply drop the young leek into the hole. There is no need to trim the roots or the leaves. They will grow perfectly well without doing that. Once you have dropped your young leek into the hole, all you need to do is to fill that hole with water. Do not put any soil into it. The water will ensure that the roots sink downwards and get a hold into your soil to begin growing. You need to leave that hole that you have dibbed so that the leek can swell to the size that you want it. If you fill it with soil, it will not get to this thickness. As the leek grows over the summer period, it will swell, and as you water it, bits and pieces of soil will fall into the hole. But this will remain very loose and enable the leek to swell. Keep them weed-free, and if we have a dry summer, give them a watering every 7 to 10 days if it doesn't fall from the sky. They don't need overwatering because remember you've put them down 6 inches into your soil, so the roots will find the moisture that is down there. This year we have grown 2 varieties, and we've done that on purpose. There's something we've learnt. These ones here are called Autumn Giant, and we've grown that variety for quite a few years now, and that's fine. They're ready now, and we can continue to harvest those all the way up until December. But we also want leeks through into the new year. They're a really hardy winter crop. Frost doesn't really affect them that much. The only way it affects them is that you can't get them out of the ground. So we've also grown another variety called dibbed, and they're a bit shorter, but nonetheless, they have a really nice thick stem. At this time of recording, it's mid-November, so I'm not actually going to harvest one today. I want them to sit there. We will harvest them as we get to the turn of the year. When it comes to harvesting, it's simplicity itself. We're no digs, so we never turn the soil over. Or what I do is to sink the fork into the soil and just loosen it. That's all. Loosen it enough so that I can harvest this leek out of the soil. As I say, it's mid-November, so some of these leaves have gone off a bit, but all you need to do is to take the outer sheath off, much the same as we do with the spring onions. And there you have a lovely leek. Let's go down to the no-dig Norfolk gardener's kitchen and see what Mrs. W is doing with these amazing leeks.
With those marvellous leeks that you saw Mr. W harvesting, I have brought them in and peeled and washed them ready. Today I'm going to show you how I make a fantastic leek, cheese and mustard bake. All I do with the leeks is cut them in half lengthways and then chop them into centimetre wide pieces. For this recipe, you will need some chopped smoked streaky bacon, some whole grain mustard, a little bit of plain flour, butter, crushed garlic, grated cheddar cheese, mature cheddar cheese, obviously the chopped leeks, a little bit of milk and some cream, salt and pepper, a drizzle of olive oil and some thyme. I have preheated my oven to 220 degrees Celsius, which is 200 degrees fan. And I'm going to start off by frying off the chopped streaky bacon. I've got the pan on the hob. I'm just going to drizzle about half a tablespoon of oil into the pan. Bring the temperature up into the pan. Pop in your bacon pieces. And we're simply going to put these to colour them. It doesn't take very long to do this stage. It's lovely. It smells delicious. I'm just going to scoop those out. Put them to one side while we do the rest of the dish. You can see the lovely pieces of round crackly bits on the bottom of the pan. That all helps to add the flavour. Next we add the butter into the pan, followed by the chopped leeks, the thyme and the chopped garlic. Give that a nice stir around and we're going to just gently cook this now for about 15 minutes until the leeks have softened. The leeks have had their 15 minutes and they are lovely, nice and softly, smelling divine. So the next step is to add the flour, milk, cream and mustard. Just add in the flour and coat the leeks with the flour. Add the milk. And the cream, and just give that a good stir around and just cook it now until the sauce thickens. That's thickened up lovely and smelling lovely too. I'm just going to add now some seasoning to taste. So we do like a nice bit of pepper and we're putting a little bit of salt in too. Just remember that the mustard is in there as well, so that will deepen the heat a little bit. Stir that round. I'm just going to taste that. Make sure I've got enough seasoning in it. It's going to be a bit warm, so. Very nice. Now we add back in the bacon pieces and 2/3 of the 150 grams of grated mature cheddar. I've just greased a shallow oven-proof dish and I'm going to pour this into there and top it with the remainder of the cheese. So I'm just going to pop this into the preheated oven for about 10 to 15 minutes until the cheese on top is nice and golden brown. Look at that sizzling deliciousness. And I'm just going to simply top that with a little bit of chopped parsley. We like to cook this quite often at the weekend and just eat it as it is with nice chunky bread. Sometimes we serve it alongside some cooked sausages. That's a really nice way to serve it. You can actually use it as a standalone vegetable. And if you want to turn this into a vegetarian recipe, you simply omit the streaky bacon. I have been known to sometimes add cooked new potatoes into it. That's quite nice. Leek and potato are an ideal combination. So yeah, enjoy.
Thank you, Mrs. W. Absolutely amazing, I have to say, folks. When it comes to pests and diseases, for the diseases, really the main one is rust. You'll know if you've got it because they'll have orange spots all over them. Best way to deal with that is to remove any of the outer leaves to stop that spreading quite so much. And before it even gets to that stage, just ensure that you have the correct spacings. A good 12 inches between the rows and your 6 inches between each leek. If you're still getting problems, increase that spacing in between the rows, because the better the airflow is between your leeks that you're growing, the less problem you're going to have with rust. And then really the two main pests will be leek moth and allium leaf miner. We don't have the leek moth here at the moment, so we don't have to worry about that too much. But what we do have is the allium leaf miner. Both are controlled by covering the leeks. When it comes to allium leaf miner, you don't have to worry about the first wave of it. It will come in March, mid-March, and it will be gone by mid-May. Your leeks don't get transplanted until the earliest, the end of May, and usually during the month of June. So you will miss the first wave. But what you will need to do is to cover those from mid to late August onwards. I always go for mid-August. They do say that the allium leaf miner will come towards the end of August. But what if it comes earlier? So I like to hedge my bets, and I cover these from about mid-August onwards. The covers won't come off until the end of October, when you know it will be safe and the allium leaf miner will no longer be around. For the leek moth, it has two generations also. The first generation will come between May and June, and the second generation will come between August and October. Whether it's leek moth or allium leaf miner, we have found that the best way to protect these is by using insect mesh. By using this mesh over hoops, you'll keep this pest at bay. If you like this video, then do leave us a like, and please do leave us your comments. We love to get your comments. We have made several videos now of this seed to table series. So if you want to get a heads up on how you grow some of the most popular vegetables from seed to table, then watch this next.